Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. I'll be your host, I'll Pee on You, and tonight we're going to discuss Guild Wars and how do they work.
Ready to work.
So the first question we have is, what are Guild Wars? Well, Guild Wars are an objective-based PvP event between guilds or alliances, and the Guild Wars can be declared at any time. This is a primary reason that you're going to want to know what guild is escorting that caravan, and who that caravan really belongs to. And before you go poking somebody in the bunghole that's taking all your trees in the forest, you want to make sure you know what guild he belongs to, because you could be starting something that your guild can't finish. And this can and will have detrimental consequences for your action. With every thrust of your sword against some nooblet on the road minding his own business, you're putting your guild at risk of war. And if nothing else, they're making a mental note of your skullduggery. So you're probably asking yourself, how do these guild wars work, Peon? Well, the guild war objectives themselves will only spawn during server primetime hours. As far as the players, though, in the enemy guild, they are fair game anytime. Woohoo! As far as the guild war objectives go, it seems like there's quite a few and you really never know which one you're going to be asked to do. Perhaps if the guild owns a guild hall and or a fortress, objectives might be related to capturing a quest item in and around the guild hall that is only visible to the warring guild. Also, if your guild has recently completed a raid, objectives might include stealing one of the quest items that the guild received from killing the raid boss. The capturing quests of the objectives may require a channeling time. Some of the other objectives may be based on the home node of the guild leader and or officers. Also, may be based on whether a guild is a patron guild of that node. And with your guild leaders and officers being a possible target, it is possible that there may be a bounty objective to kill a particular guild member. That target may have increased damage mitigation and or health against the warring guild and be able to call for help. So if you have a bounty quest, you might want to think about where you attack him. Maybe wait for him to come out in the woods and do some gathering where he's got no one around to help him. Unlike castle sieges that go on for weeks, guild war objectives are intended to be more fluid. And as I stated quickly before, guild fortresses are siegeable guild halls. These are different from nodes and castles. These fortresses are objectives in guild wars, and these will be contested on a regular basis. And if you're wondering if guilds can be at war with multiple guilds and alliances, the answer would be yes. So if you're a shitter guild, be prepared to be bent over. So guild wars do operate outside the normal PvP flagging rules. For the most part, death penalties do not apply to objective-based events such as guild wars. And if you're thirsting for some guilt-free PvP without gaining corruption, then guild wars is right up your alley. Now, guild wars won't be permanent. They do have definitive victory and surrender conditions. Conditions of a surrender are based off of the level of the warring guilds and the assets that those guilds have. So Stephen did have a question about guild wars and answered with a very detailed answer that I will share with you. The question was, how do you plan on keeping guild wars fresh long term? Typically, in other games, wars become one-dimensional in terms of strategy. Will Intrepid be looking at map changes every few years, or will you give guilds, nodes, mayors the ability to customize the layout or objectives on the battlefield? So Stephen's answer was, Guild Wars will have objective-based gameplay that spawn in a world based on several different factors and predicates that might exist. Some of those predicates might be, where is the guild a patron guild? Does your guild have a guild hall? What node is the guild leader or officers a citizen of? And what was your last completed raid boss? All of those can serve as predicates to then spawn a certain objective within the world. The players have to engage within a number of different manners. Either they can be kill objectives, they can be control objectives, they also can be capture and move objectives. They also could be a caravan summons that need to take supplies from those objectives. The idea is to incorporate all of these other ancillary systems that exist within the game in some way, shape, or form, tie into the Guild War. Because we've created those systems for a reason, we want players to engage with those systems, so why not hook those systems up into a Guild War format? And I think that creates a very dynamic setting. It is not just about killing and logging out, but rather strategy in both your resource placement and how you respond, when you respond, the composition of your raid group and teams. I really love this answer by Stephen because it really shows how much him and Intrepid have really put thought into all the core systems that they have for us available in Ashes. The last thing we're going to talk about is something that ties into Guild Wars, and that's going to be guild ladders. It's an inter-guild ladder will rank guilds based on their performance within competitive activities, such as Guild Wars, Castle Sieges, and World Bosses. When the guild participates in Guild Wars or they participate in sieges, you will be able to climb the ranks of your inter-guild ladder, as well as get bragging rights amongst your friends. Along with the ladders, there's going to be PvP seasons, performance in various PvP systems, such as caravans, arenas, guild wars, is measured all over the course of a 6-month PvP season. And at the end of each season, a player's cumulative score may unlock various rewards. Gear enhancement rewards, achievement ranks, purchasing powers, potentially more granular player health bars. So in conclusion, I hope now you have a much better understanding about how Guild Wars will work and how devastating they can be or rewarding they can be for your guild. Ashes is setting up to be a very political game, and the Guild Wars are just another component of that, and how you're really going to have to be careful on who you're attacking or otherwise face some repercussions you might not want to deal with. If you're still watching, I'd like to say thank you. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. It really does help me with the algorithm gods being a new channel. Thank you very much, Farah, and have a wonderful day. Hey, you're still here? Video is over, guys. Oh, I see. You want to talk some more. Well, come check us out at Twitch TV. The link's down below, or pop into our Discord. The link is also down below. Take care, guys.
Work complete.